Okay, so just so you're aware, I feel like this video might be more aggressive than my other videos because I feel like I need to just get this point across. Stop lessening your greatness. Stop it. Stop it. I know a lot of people, I know they say things like, well, I feel like when it comes to like talking about myself, I have to be humble. I get that. For sure. Yes, tap into the humbleness, but there's also a difference, but there's a fine line between being humble and then being cocky, and then being humble and then having low self-esteem. So it's like, what's the difference? Well, science and studies tell us that women generally tend to have some sort of low self-esteem somewhere. Like because society tells them they're not pretty enough or they're not skinny enough and all these other things. Sort of this like, this other woman is better than me. Or this thing is better than me, so I need this particular product. For example, there's the company Maybelline. I'm not sure if this is still their slogan, but their slogan used to be, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. So you're telling me, and Maybelline is a makeup product, so you're telling me that she's not born with natural beauty, but her beauty comes from using your product. Interesting. So women generally tend to have some sort of like low self-esteem. I know sometimes women tend to maybe find or tap into their high self-esteem sometimes when they get older. But I know usually across the board, science tells us that because of society, that's the case with women. However, men is on the opposite end. Sometimes men, their self-esteem is more higher than self-esteem and it's more cocky. So sometimes men think they're better at stuff. Oh, I can lift this heavy weight, right? I can lift more than I think I can. Or just gonna be real, my dick size is bigger than I think it really is. Or I'm better in bed than I really think I am. So men sometimes have this opposite end. Humble, to me, is like the middle line. So it's like, you know you're good, you know you're great. However, you have an awareness of the reality of the situation, but you also know that your goodness and greatness isn't necessarily greater than anyone else, but that it's a greatness that everyone has and that you're tapping to your own personal greatness. So I know for me, I can say I'm wonderful. I'm amazing. Like I'm really good. I'm a great person, have a good personality. I know that I'm good to tapping into spiritual truths and being a good spiritual teacher. However, I realize that my greatness does not negate everyone else's greatness. I believe that everyone else is great too. And I believe that we can co-create together to make amazing, wonderful, great things. I also believe that in greatness is also, as I mentioned before, and being humble, also it's important to know the reality of sort of the situation. Right, so I can say I know that I'm really good at like inspiring people, teaching spiritual truths. I would say even artistically, even in choreographing. However, I realize if we focus on like the spiritual truths aspect, like I know, like if we were to compare this to like teachers. So for example, there's like kindergarten teachers, right? There's elementary school, middle school, junior high school, college, university, right? I would say if I had to put myself in perspective based off the other teachers that I know that are out there who are really good, I might say maybe I'm really good at like teaching like first grade level spirituality. I know other people, even some like I'll go like super famous gurus and prophets and healers and teachers, people like Jesus Christ, people like Buddha, people like Muhammad. I mean, they are like doctoral and above level in regards to what they know in their spiritual teachings. Right? However, I realize that my greatness, let's say my greatness is teaching first grade spiritual truths, and their greatness teaching doctoral spiritual truths does not negate our greatness. It might be like, well, you're comparing yourself to Jesus and you're comparing yourself to Buddha. Why not? Jesus even said, you will do things better than me or greater than me. He said that himself. He said himself. So here's the thing, is that I realize that, again, this greatness, we all have the greatness. But you also have to be realistic in regards to your greatness, which is, I think, where the humbleness comes in at. So I know sometimes people say things like, well, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say that. Stop. Stop. You need to tune into your greatness. And also, like, how dare you? How dare you downplay your talents? How dare you downplay your gifts? If you believe that God is great, you believe the universe is great, it's abundant, and if you are born out of this greatness, this abundance, if you believe you are a child of God, how dare you downplay your greatness? How dare you downplay your gifts? It's like you're saying, well, my gifts aren't that great, which is essentially saying, well, God isn't that great. How dare you? So stop. I feel like the camera's shaking right now because I'm shaking. Because like I feel very passionate about this. And people, they just need to realize like the greatness that lives inside of them is the greatness of the universe. And if we were able to realize that and to realize, you know what? I'm amazing. I'm wonderful. I'm fabulous. I believe we can like change the world. Because if everyone believes that they're doing something good and great, and they're really able to tap into that greatness, but also realize at the same time, okay, there's other things we have to refine, right? Like I can honestly say, I'm great at some things, I'm good at certain things. You tell me to sing, not that great at that. Not that great. If I'm singing with a choir, I can maybe listen and sort of find the tune. I can maybe harmonize a bit. But you say, Kadeem, here's the music, sing something without me hearing anything, I'm gonna be like, huh? There's the Apollo when they used to have amateur night. And if someone wasn't good, the person's come up with a cane and like take them off. I'll be caned off the stage. So there's certain things I know I'm not good at. You talk to me about basketball. You might think, oh, he's black, he's tall, he can play basketball. I suck. I'm not great. Also, I don't like basketball. To be honest, I don't really like a lot of major sports in regards to like playing them. There's some sports I like to play. Like I enjoy playing maybe some racquetball or volleyball or tennis. I enjoy playing it. But if people sometimes do this when they see me in the street or they try to find a connection with me. They're like, oh, I watched the Lakers game the other day. What'd you think? And I'm like, I don't know, because I ain't watched the game. Like that is not the way to connect with me as a man, especially a black man that saw, oh, he's black. He's a man. He must watch sports. Lies. Lies and deceit. So no, I'm not great at that. And I own that, right? However, there are certain things that I know for sure that I'm great at and that I'm amazing at. So I'll always say all this to say, before this gets even longer, for you, what are you downplaying in your life that you know you're great at? What are some things you can like assess for yourself and say, maybe I have these gifts and talents and maybe I am not expressing them as fully as I can or not acknowledging them, that they're really great within me as fully as I can. I think it's time for us, it's time for you, because you're watching this video, probably all, 50 of you, if this video gets that many views, like tap into the greatness. You're watching this for a reason. So it is time for you to own your greatness, believe you are amazing, believe you are good, and then act on and go after the goodness. And like do it, be it amazing. Because I think some of us think, okay, well, maybe, I have this idea to do this thing. And I think I might be really good at it, right? You might be really good at it. Have you started it? Have you gone after it? Have you put the steps in motion to actually make it a reality? Like you think you might be great at this. I know a lot of people have like these amazing ideas to help humanity, to help people like tap into like more goodness within themselves and to inspire people. Like, have you actually done the thing to actually start getting there? Or it's just an idea? So take the greatness that you have, and maybe now it's time to put it in action. And it's time for you to own it. Own it. Okay, that's all. My hand is still shaking because I feel very passionate about this. And as you can tell, the camera is shaking because the passion is here for this topic. Anyway, that's all. Go forth and be great.